Hi, I'm SimmerRue, and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, we are doing a renovated barn. Now, everything went so well, I really enjoyed this pack, up until I had to build this barn. And the Sims team did me so dirty with swatches that all my bad memories of all the other packs and all their bad swatches just came like springing back to me. Because even though this pack has got some amazing swatches, like honestly it does, it also has just some choices, some choices were made. Some choices were made. Now, with that being said, let's jump into the speed build so that we can talk about said choices. So, my irritation with this pack, or this build, kind of started instantaneously. So, we start off, we just built a basic shape. Everything was going so well. She looked so cute. This is, as I mentioned, just your basic barn shape. If you have to Google a barn, this is most likely what you will get, be it an animated version or what. So we start off with like a yellow with a red roof, but because I wanted those roof details, they kind of force you to use the roof that we have. I saw this beautiful sliding door, this barn door with this beautiful red swatch. I was like, yeah, let's use this. But we don't have windows that have red swatches. All of the windows with the white and red swatches that you see me use in this pack is from Growing Together. They give us this door with a red swatch, and then in the medium wall height, another barn door with the red swatch. But that's it. The smaller barn door that looks exactly the same as the medium wall height, no red swatch. I was highly frustrated. I cannot understand why the Sims team will give us certain swatches and, with certain items, and then just with another item that looks exactly the same we do not have the swatch. And this is not just an issue that I have with this pack. This has happened so many times with so many different packs that I have decided that I am going to review, like harshly review, every single Sims 4 pack because this is just absolutely ridiculous. Now, I know so many people have done it before, but it's just kind of to prove my point, and I'm feeling kind of petty. So, yeah, it's one of those days. And I know that like 2 episodes, well, like 3 or 4 videos ago, I was like, okay, you know what? I really want this channel to be positive, but positivity can only take you that far. There is a limit, and I have been pushed to said limit. Now, all in all, that being said, this barn does come out really, really good. She looks really amazing. At first, I wanted to keep the pillars that way. As you can see that I placed these beautiful like red windows on top of the door. We do change the kitchen one, but I really liked it. I liked that there were more lights coming in. I didn't want it just to be a short wall height, a medium wall height with short doors, and then there's just a massive gap in front of them. So by adding the windows, it really helped. I then also went and I just added tall windows next to the doors so that it looks like when the door is shut that we have windows. Now, as mentioned before, I do feel like this was a missed opportunity when it came to certain swatches, especially with Growing Together, as the two packs blend in really well. I feel like they complement each other very well. I feel like they have the same assets or type of build style, to the point of where I feel like one of them is a leftover of the other. And there's nothing wrong with it. They are very similar. Although I do feel like Growing Together could have been a different style. They didn't have to go craftsman, especially with the area that it is. We could have had a completely different build style. But that again is a topic for another video. I really want really large tables as well. Here I just pull out my usual trick where I combine 2 tables to give us kind of the effect of having a large table. With actual gameplay, sometimes it does cause issues, especially if you are having a dinner party. But Sims have an issue with sitting at a table in like overall, so I'm not really going to blame my large table for that. Now, I also have this new obsession of just putting cabinets in sideways into rooms. I feel like it makes a room look and feel very cozy. I used to do this back in the day, but for some reason my builds became very formulated. I felt like I just placed everything as they should be on the grid, and no. If you go into my house, there are so many objects that's just placed at a certain angle to make the room feel, or yeah, just feel more welcoming and just feel like everything is together and kind of dynamic. Now we go back to the kitchen. We do tend to have this red vibe, but I do like all of these side colors that we add. Like the walls later on, I go in with this really light green color. It complements everything so well, mixed with paneling. Now, these couches, this came with this pack as well. They are so beautiful. I decided to go with this rug color. I do think I change it later onto more of a red rug. I don't think this really worked out that well. I do like the color scheme, but it doesn't really go with the rest of the home. Once we actually painted, I think it might have brought everything together. But at this point, it really, really, really just isn't a vibe. Now, I do love this piano. This piano is absolutely stunning. It looks like a proper saloon piano. And of course, the wooden textures, it's just a must. Now, this is one thing that I can really give this pack, and that is the wooden textures. It is stunning. It looks just like, I don't know, it feels so rustic and beautiful and warm and just like normal wood textures that you would see around your house. Now, it is very, very, very stylized. And I feel like it really goes really well with this type of barn that we are going for. Now, I decided to actually go in with a TV stand and not a mounted wall TV. It didn't work well with my layout. I have in front of the front door, that entire part there is going to be just open space. I really wanted you to come into this house and just feel, I don't know, I just wanted it to be open. I wanted it to feel open, feel homey, feel cozy, but yet, as I mentioned, open. So yeah, so that is the vibe that we are going for. That's why the living space is kind of put to this side. This is also where the bathroom is. We do have a separate toilet. There are two toilets. One toilet is actually in the actual bathroom itself, and then the other one is in its own little separate room. But I am getting way ahead of myself. So here we are in the foyer. As it was mentioned, I tried to keep this very open. We have this massive, beautiful carpet. She is stunning. Thanks to the tool mod, we were able to get it the exact same size as what I wanted. And then we just add a bunch of like clothes. I really would have liked just a set of clothing that was just jackets. This one has pants. It does look a little bit weird, like why would you have pants in front of the door? But you do you. And also we didn't really have anything else to go with. So we work with what we have, and honestly, it still looks really cool. But as mentioned, I really would like a beautiful just set of just jackets that we can add in there, add our own little like clothing hook. It would be so cute. This is what we need. Now, the kitchen itself, we go in with yellow tiles. I think the yellow just really breaks it apart and it looks absolutely stunning. I didn't really like the way that the windows connected with the door, so we go in with these plants. They are so beautiful. They cover up, I don't know, they just add that extra oomph. Now, if it was my house, those flowers would probably be fake, but this is The Sims, and you can do just what you want. This little room off of the dining area, this gets turned into a small little office. We use this beautiful desk that came with the paranormal kit or pack. I'm so used to kits. that I completely forgot about, like stuff packs, which we haven't had in a while either. Also very, very, very sad. And it just works beautifully. Just look how beautiful this carpet is, all the paintings. We go in with a soft grey mixed with a beautiful maroon, and everything just works. This little office is absolutely stunning. I feel like the sim that lives here is probably like a streamer or an influencer. That is kind of the vibe that I was going for, and they have a really beautiful horse stable as well. Now, this is only one bedroom, a lofted bedroom. I go in with these beautiful, like, lights. This is where we find the other door, the medium height. Originally, when I built this, I didn't really think of looking at the medium height. I'm so used to as a net, like, not getting anything for medium or tall height walls that I just honestly forgot to look. And we have this beautiful open sliding door. As I mentioned, that it's exactly the same as the one that we had, the shorter one, but the shorter one doesn't have a red swatch. So yeah, there's that. I will go into the game and I will show you later on. It is absolutely disgusting. I don't know why they did this. And then, of course, just decorating this bedroom with this beautiful bed that came with high school years. We have this white cabinet. We go in with this rocking chair that came with pre-ordering. I didn't even realize because I bought this pack beforehand. I only saw the other day when I saw the promotion thing, and then I remembered, oh yeah, we had this pre-order thing. So I feel so bad for people who don't have it yet. Later on, if you want to download, you will probably not be able to have the rocking chair, and that sucks. This rocking chair is amazing. They should have given it into the pack itself. Even the guitar. And yeah, that's just the problem with pre-order purchases. It sucks. I mean, there's no way for you to buy it anyway afterwards, which also just seems so not EA. I feel like they should give these things, I don't know, like, but how would you sell it as an extra add-on for an expansion pack? That's so greedy. Like, it's disgusting. It honestly is. But let's not get into that. That is, yeah, no, it's just upsetting. Let's continue with this build with these beautiful little cow plant and like little gnome statues. We also add these chests of like those cabinets, dressers. What do you call it? A suitcase, those suitcases, and they look so beautiful in the corner. I put Blarfy on top there. We just needed like an extra bear, made everything just look and feel a little bit more cozy. And then we just add some more spandrels. These spandrels are where the lights are gonna hang off of. I added a bit too much, so we do dim it down a bit and just put one in. Now, this place is beautifully lit, but because the roof is open, we did have to be kind of cautious as to where we place certain lights. Now, we go into the bathroom. I place these beautiful green tiles paired with this beautiful green wall tile, and then we just go ahead and we add our bath, we add our shower. As mentioned, I do have a toilet in here as well, so two Sims can use the bathroom at once. Sometimes that is an issue, and they try to use it at the same time, and then it's just a bunch of embarrassment, and it's just a mess. And then we finish this off with these beautiful zincs that came with this pack, the Horse Ranch pack. They are so beautiful. I do wish, though, that they actually were a perfect size to fit into the kitchen cabinets. I do love the kitchen cabinet zincs that match with, that come with like the cabinet set. But unfortunately, they don't. But that isn't such a big issue. I just wish that we had the option. And then we finish everything off with some wallflowers on the outside. This barn is looking so cute. But we do need extra detail. So we go in with some pillars just to give it a little bit of definition on the outside. Now, this is where we start with our stables. I do place it too close to the home. It felt like it was very symmetrical, so we do move it up later on. It was kind of frustrating. I wanted you to be able to walk towards it, but you will get that in a bit. So we do have two stables. These are like built-in stables. They have like a beautiful roof. I didn't want to go for a barn shape because of our house being a barn. So we just go with like beautiful open stables. We add these fencing, and the fence that I use at this point is from seasons, but we do change it. I remember that we have the beautiful, beautiful fencing that came with cats and dogs. That's kind of like a picket fence, but it looks like it's like a barn. It's got like a cross on it. So we do change that later onto that. And it looks so cute, and I was just absolutely obsessed. This is where I kind of start to realize, this is very much too close to my home. It doesn't look right. It feels and looks claustrophobic. It just feels like there's a small little alleyway for you to walk through, and I didn't like it. It wasn't the vibe, so we had to go and we just had to move it up. Now, it is taking a while. I wonder when the moving of this thing is happening. I thought it would have happened by now. But yeah, we're just trying to figure everything else, placing some spandrels, making it just look like it is a little bit more intriguing. That there's a lot of like wooden pillars. We don't go in with actual windows, but this back came in with it's like metal bars. So we used that, and I really, really like that idea. I feel like it's kind of open for the horses. It's not very claustrophobic. I use it a lot in most of my barns that I have built after this. So yeah, it's definitely such a cool window detail that I do feel like really just adds something to the pack. Now we finish everything off with some lights. We do have a massive, massive, beautiful garden as well, and a beautiful, beautiful, massive sitting area. I feel like this sim really likes to entertain. We have that very large dining table on the inside if it rains. And then we also have a very, very beautiful outside table. Now, this is our chicken coop. We needed a chicken coop. They just needed to be something in this corner. This is where I start to use that beautiful fencing that came with cats and dogs, and then we just place some lights. This, yeah, these lights, I think, I can't remember with what it came, but it's with a stuff pack. I think it's like one of the kids' stuff packs. I'm not too sure what it's called. Stuff packs are mostly like kits, they just like add-ons, and unless it's like the paranormal one, I really just couldn't care what it was called. Now we go in with these beautiful tree with like the hanging lights that came with the movie hangout. It's so stunning. I love to use it in like back gardens, especially type of back gardens like this. The tree itself doesn't really blend in with the world, but that's fine. And then we just add this absolutely stunning barbecue section. This pack came with this really beautiful little clutter detail, which is like plates and knives and forks that's been wrapped up in serviettes. We add that on that little table. It's so cute. And then on the corners, I placed these chairs that came with the wedding stories because they had flowers on them. I didn't want to put the flowers everywhere because then it would just look like a wedding venue, and that wasn't what I was going for. But the flowers added is just so, so, so cute, especially with the lights. Originally, with the lights, I did try to go in debug because they've got like kind of free-forming lights. They came with cottage living, but I didn't really like the way that it looked, so we did go in with the more formulated lighting, and I'm fine with it. I do wish that we could just have it be more sporadic. That was my original idea, but honestly, I am so fine with the way that it came out. Now, we do have this beautiful wishing well that I really need to use more. I feel like I don't use the wishing well enough. And then also some bees. We just go in with some foliage, beautiful plants. We add the citrus tree. We just add a bunch of flowers. It's looking so stunning, and then we are getting close to having to do the terrain. So we go in with a lot of debug plants. This lot is already so expensive, so we didn't want to use any more expenses on like plants and make it completely unaffordable. Because for one bedroom, like honestly, I think it's like 40 or 50 simoleons, which is a lot. Your sim is going to have to work for it unless you use cheats, which I'm not against to. I mean, please use a cheat to get your sim into the house. They still need to pay the bills. So, yeah, take their money away and let them struggle. Let them struggle to pay those bills, but give them a beautiful home. It's what you and your sims deserve. You deserve beautiful homes. And then we just add this basketball hoop. I don't know why. We just needed it. I felt like we needed a lot of like outdoor activities. So we also go in with like this horseshoe throwing because it's horseshoes and we have horses and I think it's cute. What else are you going to do with the old horseshoes except throw them around a stick, obviously? I mean, it seems so obvious. I don't know what I was saying. Please just ignore me. And then we are going around and we are just adding some terrain paint, trying to make it look like the terrain paint that's around the world. So we go in with a couple of different colors. Thankfully, the terrain paint that they gave us, the two swatches, using them together really, really, really helped and really made things look cohesive, make it look like it blends in. That is another plus for this pack because the Sims team tends to not do that. They tend to not give us terrain paint that actually blends with the world. It's only with the last couple of packs that I feel like they've really stepped up there. Yeah, I'm not going to say the word, I was going to be rude. But they really, really, really started stepping up there, like pulling up their socks. Like, honestly, good job, Sims. You did well. I feel like they started doing this with the werewolf pack. I know that with Eco Lifestyle, they gave us like a cement color, but that cement color blends with nothing. Like, they could have just not given it to us, honestly. Like, such a waste. And then we just go ahead, we add some extra clutter, we make this barn just look and feel like it's at home. We add some balls for the horses, and then finish everything off with just some last minute foley, like some grass, and then obviously some hay bales, because what is a barn without hay? Your horses need to eat. And let's quickly jump into the game, and I can just show you all around. Y'all, just look at this fuckery. Like, I lost my terrain paint, but not all my terrain paint. I didn't use the one that was, like, trapped inside my fence, but everything else is just gone. It's not there. Like, who did this? Why are you okay? What privilege is this? I need to know. But anyway, let's just take a look at our house because I didn't save this yet onto the lot, like onto my library. So yeah, I'm gonna have to replace all that terrain paint. Just not now. Just not now. Mm-mm. No. Maybe tomorrow. So here we have our bedroom. She is so cute. I love these little suitcases. They honestly are my favorite. We have some wall sconces. This bedroom is just absolutely adorable. And the view is just everything. It's so nice. It's so colorful. It's so beautiful. It's what we all need and deserve. And then, of course, you have this beautiful view here as well. I would love to live here. I would honestly like give, I don't know, my kidney just to live in a barn like this. But we don't have barns like this here. No, our barns are very scary and very dodgy. So yeah, and not really practical to turn into homes. No. Well, not the ones I've seen. So here we have our TV area. We have our bathroom, our kitchen, this beautiful massive living space, our dining area, and then of course our study. Now, this is our study up close. She is so cute. We have another little Blarfy over there. Cat Blarfy. I don't know what her name is. And then of course this beautiful cabinet. On this side, we did change the carpet to this lovely red. And just look at how beautiful everything is. Everything just works so well together. And then these open doors, stunning, stunning. It is what we want and it is what we deserve. Just a little side note, I couldn't wait until tomorrow. We have terrain paint. Yay! Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful terrain paint. Everything is back to normal. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. I really hope that you liked it. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to do so. And then I hope to see you all again tomorrow. Bye bye.